Alice Foeller with Leave No Child Inside, and I wanted to share a story today. So, a few years back, Leave No Child Inside hosted a summit on diversity, equity, and inclusion in the outdoors, and we had amazing speakers and a great program. And one of the things that I took away from it was, if somebody hasn't had a great outdoors experience, like throwing them in the deep end isn't a great idea. And this came back to be really useful to me. I was working with a group of friends from Detroit that I had made through a leadership program through Landmark Worldwide, and we were all on a team together for a year. And there were several people. We would just share photos and text each other. And I sent some photos of a backpacking trip that I did with my two teenage kids. And one of the women was like, "Oh, you always have such fun adventures. Like, I'd love to do something like that." And I was like, "Well, let's go. Like, I'll have another one and you can come." And as we started getting into the details of it, like, well, do I need to have like special hiking shoes? And like, what kind of backpack would I get? I was like, oh, this is going to be maybe hard. And then I started remembering from that summit, like, just do a day hike, like, don't push too far. And I was like, I'm literally taking people who've never gone camping in any way and having them do like a 2 night backpacking trip in a hilly area of Ohio. Like, this is a terrible idea. And I was able to stop myself and kind of just shift the trip. So we ended up camping in tents in a state park, car camping. And I was kind of thinking, like, for me, it's a little watered down. We're like right near this town and our cars are right there. But I cannot tell you what a just like heartwarming experience it was. There were several women of color who came on the trip, and so many things happened during this weekend. It was 2 nights of car camping in Northwest Ohio, and we were right on this river, and it was just beautiful. Like, there was a lot of nature. It doesn't have to be the backcountry to be nature. And one of the women recounted how when she was a girl growing up in Cabrini Green, which is one of the infamous housing projects in Chicago, that her brother had sold like popcorn or something that allowed them to go to summer camp in Wisconsin. And the difference in the life trajectory of her and her sister who went to the summer camp and her other sister who didn't like it and didn't go, and how like the whole course, she now owns a $10 million business and is doing all these incredible things. And she just related it back to the getting out, getting away from that environment and doing something different and mixing with international people. And so that was really touching. And then another of the women of color said she just never been outside all day. She had a few video calls that she took from a table we set up, and we did some hiking and some light, wood collecting. We walked to the ice cream store. We weren't doing like hardcore chopping wood and backpacking, but she had just never been outside all day long. And she really was like, this is just really wonderful and great. And her partner was hanging out with our campground neighbors and just playing with their little boy. There was just like so much community, and it was just like this unbridled, wonderful time. And I was so glad, one, that I invited people who hadn't been outside or hadn't been outside in a while. Lorraine, the one from Cabrini Green, she hadn't been camping in years and years. She was only going to stay one night, and then she just couldn't bear to leave. We went kayaking on the river, and it was such a wonderful trip. And I really just thank the Leave No Child Inside summit that we had for the forethought to have that topic brought up, quite maybe 2015, to be talking about equity and inclusion and environmental justice, and really have my eyes open to all the ways that I could make it work more effectively and be a positive experience for everyone. And that's my story. I'm just always thrilled to share the outdoors with anyone, and with my kids and with my friends, and today here at the summit. Thank you.